We're trying to produce, I've said it and I've mentioned it in this meeting previously. We are in the process of actually developing a new strike force. We're giving young players such as Patrick Weir, Yiba Kasaya, Abu Kamara, all these youngsters. I've got a lot of, Sam Johnson, what he's done for the Lone Stars, I have ultimate respect. But life moves on, and I'm not there to call people who can't play back-to-back 90-minute games. There's going to be some players that come and might not even play 5 minutes because they may have, because of the circumstances which dictate. From a fitness perspective, I've done my own work. I've spoke to their people. I've spoke to people in Sweden. He is not fit. Simple as that. End of story. I spoke to the people there attached to that club. I spoke to his previous club where he had an MRI scan. I did my research there as well, and they furnished me with the information. It's not information that I will share with you, but I did do my own work on it. I've been 90 minutes in about 8 months. He played 45 minutes yesterday and was brought off. Right? He played, I think it was 12 minutes the previous game. I don't carry passengers. I don't babysit people. We are not in the business. We're trying to produce. I've said it and I've mentioned it in this meeting previously. We are in the process of actually developing a new strike force. We're giving young players such as Patrick Weir, Yiba Kasaya,
More than 1 hour. We are here waiting. We are here to tell the boys for LFA. Does not want to do anything to allow us eat. We are frustrated. LFA is nothing. They are zero. More than 1 hour. We are here waiting. We are here to tell the boys for LFA. Does not want to do anything to allow us eat. We are frustrated. LFA is nothing. They are zero.
What a pleasant way to welcome you to the Freedom Weekends Post. Today is the 23rd day of the month of August, and we are into 2025. It's a jam-packed Saturday on the Weekends Post. We talk about lots of things happening in Liberia, and we cross across the continent of Africa. We have too many things coming up on our plate this afternoon. Determined Girl is back in Liberia. Their president, Grace, we are known as Master Queen. She's coming on the radio on one of our sister stations discussing but what led to the team Desmond performance in the just ended Wafusun A Champions CAF Women's Champions League qualifier. We look at the FC Facel. They are currently in Cairo, Egypt for preseason camp. They got a 2-1 win yesterday in their first game. And lots of things happening right back in Monrovia. Leicester FC preparing to jump to Guinea to participate in an international tournament. Shatter Angels Football Club will be in action this evening against newly promoted top-tier women club Falconers at the SKD's practice pitch in Pinsville. And the big one is the Pinsville, pardon me, not the Pinsville Cup. It is the Battle Mass Cup, where the winners of the very first edition will walk away with US 10,000. We are expecting Mr. Benjamin Gagba, former deputy media manager of the Liberia Football Association, who currently works for Better Mass, to join us to talk more about that event. And our guest, as a matter of fact, is Mr. Emmanuel Waning, a former player of the national team of Liberia, who has turned into advocating for the good of football and the good of players in Liberia. He's our guest. During the course of the week, Manuel announced that he wants to launch a program that is going to affect the lives of athletes, not just footballers, but people who are involved into sports. So we thought to invite him to hear more from him on his upcoming engagement, how he intends to impact the lives of athletes across Liberia. This is the Weekend Post. Thomas Roda is my name. I'm taking a break. When I come back, I'll talk to my guest quickly, Mr. Emmanuel Waning, and then during the flip of the time on the show, we'll be running you through with the latest happening, and then we will get Benjamin Gagba on the line to tell us more about the Battle Mass Cup. 10,000 US is up for grabs. Let's take a break to be back. Emmanuel Waning is our guest on the Weekend Post. Weekend Post right here on Freedom 87.9. That's inform you away from Lucas Post. It is not a good sign at the Etihad in England at the moment. Manchester City are down 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. Let's get our guest, Emmanuel. Good afternoon. It's been a long time, my man. How is life? Where are you?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
When you say yeah, you back in Liberia or you stay in the States?
I'm in the States, but I just decided to be cool for a little bit.
Okay, that is good. Let's talk about your programs. Of recent, you took to social media in a very angry tone, and at the end of the day, you propose about launching a program that is expected to benefit more footballers in Liberia, not just footballers, but people who are sports people. We call them the athletes. Let's know more about that program you want to launch.
Thank you anyway, Thomas. I appreciate the invite. Like I said, this is something that we have been working on from 2013. It all started with me and Chris Weir, Paul Amakone, and few other guys.
You mean
But then,
you mean a Chris Weir who wanted to be president of the Football Association?
of course, it started with me, him, and Chris Weir. Chris Weir nominated me to be the president for the organization. We started fine, but
Okay.
then something happened, and then everybody went their separate ways. So I've been planning this thing from 2013. I've been working on it by myself, and then luckily for me, the legend Pierre the Basque, Roman Sanko, came in and he asked me a couple of questions. He said, "Look, my young brother, do you think this thing is going to work? Because I'm willing to support you." So I said, "Yes, it's going to work. I've been working on this thing from 2013." So he said, "Okay, let's register it first and see what we're going to do about it." So we register it. But then we've been creating awareness behind the scenes with other players because we included every sport. It is not just football. We included every sport. So now we are in the recruitment process. We are trying to bring people on board. So once we can get everybody on board, then we're going to start writing proposals. We're going to start making demands because enough is enough, Thomas. People can continue to treat Liberia like this. They have no conscience. They're in leadership. They don't do anything. They misuse the country natural resources. Football is being played for free. Basketball for free. Everything for free.
Tell us the
So
driving force behind this thing in email.
yes,
What is the
yes,
driving
yes,
force?
yes. And one of the main reasons we Pierre the Basque and I established this thing is because Liberian players have been marginalized too much,
Okay.
and nobody is standing up for them.
Hmm.
So, like you said, we'll go into details as we go along the show. I will elaborate more and more.
So how do you intend to stand for them now? Like you are alleging that Liberian players are being marginalized by administrators who are running the respective clubs or the respective federation. How
Uh,
Emmanuel One is organization stand now to advocate or to stand in the gap for the athletes?
let's put it this way. I don't want to blame the club president because they too have been marginalized too. Because if we do the math, if we're honest, these club presidents they are using their personal fundings
Okay.
to develop players. So I don't want to really blame. The problem is not them. The problem is government.
Okay.
The problem is government. So
How
that's
how
the reason.
how is the government marginalizing them?
Very good. First of all, every country around the world,
Mm.
government invests in sports.
Okay.
Liberia, we always never have money.
Mm.
All of the time, Liberia don't have money. I will give you an example. The county makes over $1 million. I know they will come and lie and say I'm exaggerating. They make over $1 million from various sponsors and gate intakes. Not a single third division club ever benefits from sending their players to play in that county meet. Never has happened.
Okay.
Two, there is no insurance on the very young players who are playing in the county meet. Another example would be Vama Dole.
Okay.
Vama Dole broke his leg. He's on live calling on senators, representatives, and county officials to take care of him. You really think if the national county meets, especially the Ministry of Juvenile Sports, had a budget set up for insurance for these players, Vama Dole should be walking away with nothing less than 50 to 100,000 because I can guarantee you, if care is not taken, Vama Dole career is over. His leg got broken from his ankle. So these are the reasons why Pierre Debasky and I sat down and started to work on this thing. And thank God we have already registered. We are legal now. We're even looking for a lawyer to work with us. We've been trying to contact the lady Margaret Muna Phillips. She gave us a green light, but she has not really responded like as to how she wants us to proceed. But honestly speaking, we are counting on these young players to work with us because it is about them. It is not about me. It is not about Pierre. God has already blessed me, but I'm always trying to advocate for them because I too was marginalized. So against that backdrop, I have decided to advocate for them. I've been working. I've been doing my best. I've been advocating for 13 years. We don't need any more advocacy.
Okay, before we continue with the program, you talk about you being marginalized. You had the opportunity to play for national teams, for the national team of Liberia over 6 times. How you got marginalized, Wani?
Okay, thank you for the question. It was in 2011, right? The UP soccer legend, which at the time comprises of former national team players, they decided not to support President George Weah, former President George Weah. So they formed a group and they had a game that night against the local national team. We won them 1-0. The president at the time, Madam Salif, gave us $3,000. But during the game, I had an engagement with Kelvin Segway, right? And then I said some words to him. And the last word I said to him, he tried to dribble me something that way. I said, I'm medicine you're making. He took it personal. He went to the hotel we were supposed to play against Cape Verde. He dropped me. He dropped Sonny Sie. Just to find out Boleke or when the Boleke called me. Boleke said to me, Mama, what happened between you and Kelvin? Kelvin said, once you're on this team, you will never, he's on this team, you will never play for Lone Star. That's what Kelvin did. And just to find out what because that night, because of CDC, and that's why I keep telling people, right? I sacrificed a lot for CDC and it cost me my career. It cost me my career. I should have played for BYC. I told BYC that Matthew did it myself. Mary Bro almost whipped us for football in Liberia because we stood for CDC. So that's one of the reasons I was marginalized. I was marginalized because I took SAR. I chose George Weah at the time. So when you ask me, how were you marginalized? These are the reasons why I was marginalized.
Let's move back to the programs. Tell us what exactly you guys crafting in there. Apart from you saying that the player has been marginalized, tell us the personal benefit is it going to have on the player apart from them, apart from the government of Liberia intervention. Tell us what is there? Is it insurance? Is it international scout? Is it you're going to be having a program where athletes in Liberia will have the opportunity to have a decent life after their football or after their athletic life, or is it going to have a program where Liberian athletes will be shifting from across Monrovia to another city, maybe in Accra, to maybe Johannesburg, to maybe Lisbon, or maybe somebody will say in London? Is it all part of that crafting of the initiative you're talking about?
Yes, it is. Okay, let's take, for example, what we intend to do, right? One of the first things we intend to do is that to make the players know their right. They should not just sign any contract with any club.
Okay.
2, the second thing is we're going to make sure that if a player signs a contract with a club, they should receive their salary.
Okay.
They should receive their salary. That's 2. Number 3, we're going to work with all of the third division team to make sure that before their players go to the academy, the Ministry of Youth and Sports should make sure that these players are being covered insurance-wise. That means they should give a certain amount of money. If anything happens to the player, the club will get compensated and the player will get compensated. That's the third thing. And we are also going to make sure that we're going to work with an IT person to try to market Liberian players in a sense that Liberian players don't have any transfer market value. They are just playing. They're playing. Even the video. If you look at the video, if you look at the video of recent, it has been Dream Media and Intel Sports. Okay. The videos are not even that clear. So we are trying to work in this direction to make sure Pierre and myself, and we have other people. I'm not going to mention their name right now because we want to have that. Yesterday I spoke with Honorable Solomon Josh. He's 100% backing this. I spoke with him yesterday, and he guaranteed me that he was going to recommend some former basketball players because we're recruiting. Like I said, it is all the sports. we are just tired with these people. We are not going to advocate anymore, but we are going to take decision that if it is going to cost Liberian players to not partake in the country meet, that's going to happen. Because this is a lesson. For my daughter, it's a lesson for them. And another issue the player here is going to look at, the young men that died from Black Belt Warrior. These people they're going to have to give account to us. There will be a lawsuit. This is the way. I'm not just saying these things.
Oh, the internet's bad. We are
I've not advocated for a long time. We were working on these things behind the scene, Pierre myself.
Emmanuel, one in this, I guess.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
We are very serious. We are very serious when we talk about oh,
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Okay, is it okay now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so these are some of the reasons why we decided to establish it, and we are encouraging young players. Do not be afraid. Look, let me tell you something, Thomas. I don't want these young players to have the notion that the football is their career. In order for football to be this current career now, right? These are the things that need to happen. Liberia needs to compete to the African Cup of Nations. Liberia clubs needs to perform at the CAF Championship. With all these things, which one of the agents will leave Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Burkina Faso, Africa, and kind of Liberia, where our players can only practice 1 time a week, 2 times a week? And all of the money that we are making, you got all of these money companies in Liberia, they are doing nothing for football. But when County Meet comes, they use the young talent, they are giving no, you Ministry of Youth and Sports and Government, they are giving no contribution to the 3rd Division club. They use these people cheering the back cars for their small girlfriend, and they continue to use us. Enough is enough.
You're raising
It is not allegation, man. A carpenter, I play football. I play football. I know the people that today are knowing the people. The people are treating that brain player bad. It is wrong. It has to stop. It starts from now. We are encouraging players. Those who are listening to our voice now, they should be able to connect with me. We want to add everyone to the chat room, and we want to start, if possible, early December. We're going to start registration manually, and then we're going to launch the program next year. Once we launch it, go ahead. You try to see.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Once we launch the program, there is no going back. We are not compromising with these people. They either do what we want, or there will be no football play.
You keep talking about football, but initially you told me this is a holistic thing, incorporating all of the sports athletes.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. There will be no sports at all. That's what we're trying to incorporate: basketball, volleyball, kickball. The thing is all the sports: karate, track and field, everyone. They include that. But the problem we are having now is that we do not have numbers for people who play track and field, people who are in karate, all these other sports. We need them. Once we can get them, we'll start telling them to play.
Okay. Have you managed to reach out to federation and association heads in Liberia to ask them what is happening, that indeed they are not performing or they're not putting more time to their athletes? Have you managed to reach out to them?
It is not their fault. I don't need to reach out to them. They are sacrificing. It is not their fault. It is not the LFF fault. It's not the basketball federation.
Have you spoken with authority of the government of Liberia precisely at the Ministry of Youth and Sports?
I will give you an example. I won't call names. A young player in Derek Judo has been marginalized, right? People have taken advantage of him and his girlfriend that should have gotten married. I'm coming. I won't go into detail because I have text messages. People who are involved with it, I got messages that between the young man and his girlfriend. Derek sent me all of that. Because of that, they kicked Derek out of the national team. We managed this few days to send Derek to Nigeria. When Derek got to Nigeria, Derek told us he was a free agent. We reached out to Deputy Minister Andy Kwame, Ebert Thomas, and myself. I will be very honest. I have never been disrespected the way Andy Kwame disrespected me. But I left him some voice messages, right? He was, even the club in Nigeria complained, he was very disrespectful to the people. He talked very arrogantly to everyone. What
did you say to Andy Kwame that he alleged they raised his voice at you? Because
that's what you think. That's why you have not really interacted with him. Myself, I told him to be a cool person. I even defended him, advocated for him when he was assaulted during the counter meet. When someone laid their hands on him, I went on my show and defended him. Told him to be a good big brother. When I talked to him, he was very harsh with me on the phone. The first time, I kept my cool. I never said anything. The second time, I got very upset and I left him a couple of voice messages. And these are the people who are supposed to be making football better. But on the contrary, they are destroying football. The Ministry of Youth and Sport, all the people at the Ministry of Youth and Sport, they are political appointees. They got no idea, majority of them got no idea on football. But they are at the ministry that are supposed to develop sports and youth. They got no idea on these things. And we are saying, and this is one of the proposals we're going to get to President Boakai or any president in the future. If you do not appoint people who have played sports to that ministry, we will boycott all sporting activities. We are serious. We mean it. We mean it. Trust me.
But Emmanuel, at the moment, few of the people who are not there, you have the minister in Ko Bangalore. He used to be around with Invisible 11 IE. He's closely attached with Alpha Otamo.
Okay, how many of them? How many of them? You call just the minister? How many of them?
You have Ande Kwame, who has been around with Wataka Football Club for over 2 decades.
Okay, I want to ask you.
Okay, you have Murphy Gray, who has been officiated or who officiated games for over 2 decades from the 90s coming to the early 2000s. He's been inside activities.
Let me tell you something, right? These people, most of these people, they are in there for their personal benefits. Don't tell me that. Okay, I will ask you a question. The minister is associated with sports, right? He knows about football. All time he been with. Why is it that there was no insurance? Should the president can't tell these people, oh, y'all do this, y'all do that? Ministry of Youth and Sport, they're supposed to be creative. They're supposed to even be for the country, for the players. Why is
have insurance?
Okay, let me tell you how it works, right?
Okay.
In the US and anywhere, before you partake in any sports, even college that I play, right? The insurance got to be fresh before you even get on that field to practice. No insurance, you're not getting on the field. Why Liberia is different? Why the ministry cannot put in the budget when they're going to defend their national budget? Why can't they put at least $1 million or 1.5 million for insurance? That Nana Labor, if we don't take Nana Labor, career is destroyed. His career is destroyed. We can't beat around the bush. So you can tell me the ministry associates for what are they doing different? What are they doing different? How many? What proposal has the minister? Has the minister have any? According to the minister, when you're going for his what thing, we're going for his to the Senate when they're about to confirm him. When you are going to the Senate, he said we need a national dialogue on sports. Sports is dying. Has the minister ever called any of the third division president and said what is the way forward that we can be able to contribute to your teams, that your players will be able to perform more and more coming to the country meet? Has the minister done anything? I'm asking you, Thomas. You elaborate your journalist. Have you asked the minister any of these questions I'm asking you?
Emmanuel, let's talk about the decentralization of the program. Is it not going to be a
You are not answering my question. You see, you asking me question. I'm being very bold. I'm answering you, but you don't want to answer. Have you asked the minister what is the insurance that they put on players for the country meet? All of the players. Have you asked the minister how you call it? I don't even know how to use the word. What mechanism has the minister put in place in terms of player receiving their salary when they play for the very county team? The player well-being, how the place they sleep. Have you asked the minister? The minister don't care. All of them don't care. So we don't want to listen. The other day I saw someone saying Bocha put something on the floor to raise money for sport. We don't want to hear these people. We don't. What? Why? Because it is of no use. The budget put in a proposal on the floor to put money in the budget for county in terms of insurance, or to even budget the LFA effort in terms of adding money to other sports to be able to pay players before a player can be qualified for European market value. It starts from Liberia. It starts from right in Liberia. We have to be able to pay our player at least something around 300 to 400. Look at the Ghanaian league. You think the boys them running to go Europe? That's why you don't see Ghanaian player going for tryout. They sign them right from the Ghanaian league straight to club in Europe. The last time I checked last year, 12 Ghanaian players left from Ghana straight to Malta Premier League to sign their contract. But Liberia will send people for tryout. If it wasn't for Godfrey and Agent One and Richard Melvin Dolan from Egypt, Liberia will not even have player playing outside recent. Because Agent One has been doing extremely well for Liberian player. And another person, Anna Kennedy. These three young guys, and they get no support. Why you think of recent Liberian player are not coming to the US? Because some of them can afford the program, and instead of this government putting McKinney in place to work with Anna Kennedy, contribute to the program financially to be able to help players, they do not care. They care about themselves.
Your initiative will be targeting in taking players out of Liberia to Europe?
Of course, we are going to work on that. Okay. Of course, we are going to work on bringing agents. You think we're just going to sit down and say we're coming? That's the reason why we talk about transfer market value. It all starts from right in Liberia. People be marginalizing people all around the place. We say we just allow it continuously. No, it ends right now. The only problem we are having now is the mobilization of all the sports. Once we can get all of these guys, trust me, you'll see. If these people don't,
I'm concerned because all of these things you're talking about are good plans, but to maintain you have to get some financial backings. Is that you equipped financially to run this program?
So I want to ask you, how they peer
tackle all of the counties?
How they peer the Basque and myself register this program? How they peer the Basque and myself register this program? That Rock will use to register it?
Registering a program and maintaining a program for over 10, 15 years consistently are two different things.
We don't even need 10, 15 years. We don't need 10, 15 years. What we want right now is we want all of the various posts to agree to this proposal and this idea. The rest will be history. We are not going. You know the good thing about it, I'm not only relying on footballers because the most intelligent people in Liberia in terms of sport are basketballer and volleyballer. For us, we like what the people are doing to us. We as footballers, we like it. So the people can do whatever they want to us and we're okay, but it can't happen with basketball. That's the reason why my faith is 100% in basketball, volleyball, and women football. Because these girls, they got mind. When they want to do something, nobody's going to stop them. You know women. So I'm not counting me on the footballer. The footballer, they like to be ill-treated. I've been advocating for long if they don't want to be part of the program. And let me say this. Any player like your club president will mislead you and tell you, say, oh, don't listen to that thing they're talking. Don't worry. If you don't want to be part of it, if we go ahead, you can never be part of this program. I'll be very honest. Registration is going to start by December. We are setting up.
Free registration? Free?
Yes, free.
Do you have the capacity to accommodate thousands of players in Liberia?
Thomas are begging you, man. I told you we've been playing that thing for 2013. Me and Chris, we started it. What happened? What didn't happen? The people that deviated from the program. He took different paths. If Chris, we are going to stay with the program by now. Chris, we are going to be the most influential person in Liberia. Because when it comes to leadership, when it comes to administrative activity, Chris, we are 100%. I don't know what got all that people over the years. This is the program. He and I started the program. I'm giving you for asking. We started the program in 2013 when the Diaspora International started. Me and him and Paul Amakone. And they just back up from it, and I've been playing, I've been strategizing. So for me to reach that far, and you're telling me, hey, we're gonna have people to register all of the players manually in each county. Once we can have that, we launch the program, then we go digital, then they start plugging their names in or database. We start creating transfer market for them.
I'm concerned. What's the age range you're targeting for this upcoming event? The age range of players.
Once you are playing football, we are not targeting a specific age range. Once you are playing football, you are playing basketball, you are playing kickball, your age don't matter. We are not concerned about the international market. What we're concerned about is the government to do the right thing. The LFA has been stranded for so long. All of the sports in Liberia, okay, does sports commission have any wooden floor? Or that cement is still playing on? I'm asking you questions because you don't want to ask me all the hard questions. I'm answering, but you don't want to answer me.
There's a Matt Corina at the Sports Commission. So go ahead.
Why you
There is
call
a
Matt?
Matt Corina. There's a basketball Matt Corina at the Sports Commission.
So they don't play on cement anymore?
Why don't let's go ahead? Let's continue with the topic. Let's stick to
Well,
it.
man, you're not answering my question. Stop it there. These are the reasons why we are introducing this program. These are some of the reasons the Sports Commission been ordered for years, many years, no improvement. Basketball player, they're even trying their best. People play free sports. Track and field. The other day, the children went to France. I think France or Europe, somewhere, some part of Europe to play in that tournament. Government gave no real assistance. So you want us to keep sitting there and we say, okay, yeah, why you think God introduced government? So that everybody can benefit. But Africa or Liberia is totally different. Every day they seem to no money. They just use thousands of dollars to remove one speaker. But some of that money can go to football. Player dying on the field. Black men Warriors lost their player. If the government was investing money in these things there and having percentage, there are a lot of ways we can do a proposal that government can benefit from these things. And government will take that money back and everything will be okay. But the people continue to misuse the Liberian player and get rich. Every day they say no money, but they are still in sports.
This is the Freedom Weekend Sports on Freedom 87.9. We broadcast to you from Central Monrovia. Let's get you some of the training stories during the course of the week. Liberia Deaf National Team started the 13th edition of the West Africa Deaf Championship with a 3-0 win over Togo. And the Lone Star is expected to be in action against Niger this weekend. Former Liberian international duo Allison Alonlas marry her long-time partners. Allison is the first Liberian to play in the Brazilian league for EC Palmeiras. And stay on the local scene. Let's inform you that midfielder Jingin Xie of Pinsville Football Club has completed a permanent move across the city of Monrovia. Is now in Kinjokwe and Kidman County, where he penned a deal with FCB Mountain. That's Jingin Xie, known as Busquet in Liberian football. This is the weekend sports. Jerry Amanin has also left Watanga Football Club. This time he joined B Mountain on a 2-year deal. And Liberian FIFA batch assistant referee Joel Doe has been selected as one of the 57 assistant referees that will officiate the Honor 17 FIFA Men's World Cup in Qatar later this year. This is the weekend sports on Freedom 87.9. Liberian international Noah Cannon and League 2 Saturn River were eliminated from the Carabao Cup on Tuesday after they were beaten 5-4 to Brighton Albion in post-match penalties. This is the weekend sports on Freedom 87.9. Let also inform you that Liberian international Mo Sangari has signed for Maccabi FC ahead of the 2025-2026 league season. The club completed the signing during the course of the week, and the club plays in the National League, which is the 5th tier of football within England. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports. Christian Ment, former of Maribaro, has completed his move to newly promoted Jida FC. They used to be called Paris Football Club for Grand Jida County. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports on Freedom 87.9. Liberian international, former deputy captain of the national team of Liberia, Chancellor Freeman, is currently in Ghana. He signed for the Heart of Lion. He has played 2 games for the Ghanaian club. This is the weekend sports right here on Freedom 87.9. And Babatu Sweet, a famous Liberian who was announced to chair the mobilization committee of FC Fasel by Mr. Cassia Anthony Kuo for the upcoming CAF Champions League qualifiers against FC Orgeos, has finally agreed to lead the mobilization team, and he has started. Right across the fee, what we say around the fee is $500 Liberian for Liberians who will want to go and support FC Fasel. And finally, former Leska FC and B Mountain head coach Taba Mane has been appointed as the newly appointed coach of Downtown Football Club ahead of the 2025-2026 league season. Mane, widely regarded as one of the most decorated football coaches in the country, was introduced to the squad during the course of the week in a closed-door meeting. And since then, he has become massive preparation with the Liberian club. And this one, Cassia Anthony Kuo and his team has started the distribution of balls, and other equipment to football clubs across Liberia. All first, second, and upper women league clubs are expected to benefit from this donation by Mr. Cassio Anthony Koo. And away from home, let's inform you that Easy is walking up to Arsenal. He's expected to be on the field on today when Arsenal take on Leeds United in the English Premier League. And it is a bad sign. Manchester City were down 2-0 in the 88th minute against Tottenham Hotspur. Warning, let's get some word from you again. Don't go to the line and interact with our colors.
Yeah, I want to encourage these young players, man. I'll be honest with you, Thomas. This is not about me. I can be that. Do you know how many people they have out here that play football better than me? They do not even think about Liberia. I said that for the last 13 years. Every day I'm advocating, I'm thinking about Liberia because I think that's what sometimes I get angry with myself. I say I don't want to do the thing anymore. Let the beginning figure things out for themselves. But still, somebody will be in my inbox. Oh, senior, you're not talking again. Oh. The people doing all that. That's why you see I'm working on the thing by myself, me and people, Pierre the Basky. We've been working on the thing. Pierre asked me yesterday, Pierre said, my picking. That thing you won't put us in. You think that chair ready for it? I said, Pierre, we're not relying on the chair alone. We got other sports. If they want to be ill-treated all the time, let them go ahead. Look at Babulu Kante last year. Babulu Kante last year, the children were protesting for their salary. The minister you just talk about, Jericho Bangladesh, he said anything that you call the authority of the steering committee to ask them what's going on. Let us be honest, the people don't care. They will get this position, and that's why that organization is going to demand every government that will come to power. You must appoint one of these posts. Official people who have played at the Ministry of Youth and Sport. You're not just going to do political appointee. We'll walk away. We just want to have that momentum that everyone will be in line with what we're trying to do. Once we can have it, we'll be good.
Let's go to the line and interact with our callers. Let me inform you that coming up next, we will have Mr. Ben Gagba is preparing to join us on the line from Painesville City. The Beto Mass Cup is coming up. 10,000 USD is up for grabs. Oh, the winner is going to take home 10,000. And second place team 5,000, third place 3,000. The rest of the teams will be carrying 2,000 for participation fee. Let's hear from you, Emmanuel Wani, former Liberian international. He played his first game for the senior national team of Liberia in 2010 against Zimbabwe. Wani, am I right? 2010 against Zimbabwe.
You're wrong. My first game was against Burkina Faso.
The senior national team?
Yeah.
Okay. So Wani played his first game against Burkina Faso.
Okay. Yeah, at that time, Fabajo was head coach for the Liberian national team.
They left Fabajo. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Let's hear from you on the Freedom Weekend Sports. What do you make of the statement or what was said by Mr. Emmanuel Wani? He about to launch a program in Liberia that is going to take.
Don't say he, man. He and Pierre the Basket, he and Roman Sanko.
He and a team about to launch a program in Liberia that is going to affect the lives of athletes. Let's hear from this person. Your name and where have you joined us from? Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm doing good. Your name and where you join us from? Welcome.
Yeah, but just to confirm,
Yes, Easy is an Arsenal player. He will be at the stadium today when Arsenal take on Leeds United this evening.
So which means
you will be full Arsenal player. Can we stick to the topic? Let me get this person right here. Let's talk about what Emmanuel Wani has been saying. Yanime, where you join us from?
Hello?
Yanime, where you join us from?
Hello, Emmanuel.
Welcome, Ime. Welcome. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Okay.
You got to only carry all the people for all when I'm playing for club now, they will say that for to carry all the people the water.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Chief. Thank you. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports. One of our newest followers is actually following us. Susan is following us from Tingo Village. Let's say good afternoon to you, and thanks for following the Weekend Post. This is the Freedom Weekend Post. Emmanuel One is our guest. Emmanuel and his team trying to launch a program in Liberia. They call it Play for Purpose. There should be a purpose why you should be playing, why you should be at least in Liberia. Your name and where you join us from? Because who's Emmanuel? So Emmanuel Pro calling? Okay. 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 Oh, he slipped off the line. I get this person. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Your name and where you join us from? Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I listen to email. Let me say bravo to him. But one thing I want for him to do, because for the bro, sometimes the player with half of the team, down for the national team, they can benefit, but all of them not play the football they benefit. So, what I can see they put it together.
Okay.
To say that people will get better. Because they say that after football is long.
Okay. And thank you. There is life after football. Even let's just wrap up, man. You listen to the callers. The last person is talking about life after football, because in Naira one, if I got him correct, I think you're trying to say Naira won't be successful on the page. There is life after football. Let's just respond to that. Let me squeeze in this person. Then you can respond to that. Then we'll call you a day. Yeah, Nima, where Jonah from? Okay, you may just respond to that. Then Mr. Ben Akbar is trying to get us through. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so what the last caller said, he was right. That's why I always appreciate Honorable Solomon George, because he put us on that Zion scholarship. All of the basketball or volleyball, we were all on that scholarship. And even the USA, right? I still pursue my education. I will say this: in order for all of these things to happen, the government has to be willing to work. The private sector is totally clear. You have all of these companies, the money concession agreement they signed. These people are taking millions, if not billions of dollars from our country. Look at Big Mandi gas stadium. The people are taking all the mineral from Liberia, metal steel. So we want to encourage these young players. Do not allow people to mislead you and tell you, say, oh, don't worry about that thing that people are doing, man, like your career. Football is not your career because you're not making anything from it. You're trying to see greener pasture by using football. And in order for football to be a career, government has to get involved. Other sports, government has to get involved. There should be a huge dialogue between us and the ministry. If the ministry want us to do a proposal, right, as to how we want to proceed with this thing, we are waiting. Okay. We are waiting. We are on a standby. But we can't sit there all the time and allow these people to destroy Liberian player future. All of the time they destroy the future of Liberian player, and we'll continue to allow it. And when we do it, people say, oh, just forget it on your career. You go. The reason why you see Devante, I love picking call Emmanuel, all of them in Europe playing, it is simple. It is because my uncle Keita was able to introduce a youth program. Sekou the Georgia Moniba. These people are able to introduce youth program. Why you see them picking and making it out there? But now, do we have any program in Liberia? Is government sponsoring anything? Government better give NFA money.
There's 150,000 in the budget for football.
150,000 of money for football.
I want to get
150,000 money. Kasekuo, Anthony Kasekuo spent more than 200,000-300,000 on FC Fasel. They won championship. He sent them back to the same place. Government all the local money and send Liberia national team for 1 year to even.
A point of correction, I think there is 50,000. There is 50,000. It's not one. There is 50,000.
Okay, so look at your lawmaker budget. Look at your lawmaker budget. Each of them going home more than 500,000-600,000 yearly. They want to pull out of figure on paper. They want to collect in the public. They put it on paper. What they going home with legislative engagement? 100,000. And that more than football budget. Should we say they continue to allow this?
Let's just get a pattern comment, money.
So thank you for the invite. Like I said, this is not about me. This is not about the legend Pierre the Basque. His real name, most people don't know, call him Romo Sanko. It's not about him. He's a legend. He played professional football. He was part of local national team, play for MPA. He's a legend. He got nothing to prove. But he's always advocating spending his money behind Liberian player.
Okay.
So I just want to encourage these young players, basketball, kickball. I want them to look for me on Facebook. I will be sharing my page on Facebook. Let them find me. They can reach out to Pierre the Basque and we can add them to the group chat. We need this thing to work for the betterment of sports in Liberia.
Okay, Wani. We hope we'll talk
So-
more. We hope we'll talk more in the coming in the coming days, weeks, and months for the betterment of the organization.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Emmanuel Wani is former Liberian international who plays first game against Burkina Faso. The man said, "How wrong?" But it's been
Yeah,
wide
you're right.
that the man play against Zimbabwe. The man play against Burkina Faso.
Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Okay, so it has ended in Manchester 2-0. Manchester City suffered 2-0 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur. Let's go on the line and talk to Mr. Ben Gagba. But before we do that, let's hear from Mr. Terrible West, former Nigerian international, what he had to say of recent when he attended the funeral of the late Peter Rufus.
You have Nigerian Football Association. For me, it's disheartening that you have Lagos States, you have Nigerian Football Association. They dropped the buck on the family. I felt in my spirit there is nothing to put your life for. That's why I say I have to shift back so that I will not implode. He's grieving. My mother passed on. I never shed tears. My father passed on in my hands. I never shed tears. But when Rufai passed on, I had ghost pimple on my body. And every individual I'm speaking to, there was, tears of lamb rolling through my cheeks. What kind of nation is this? With this kind of example they have shown in Sheffield, in Stephen Keshi, blessed memory, Thompson Oliha, blessed memory, Rashidi Yekini. I will never advise even my son to put his feet for this country. Send me out. Do we have a football federation or do we have a football association in this Lagos state?
So this is my part. Do we have a football federation or do we have a football association? This is my part. Everywhere people crying. Ghana people crying. Liberia stakeholders are crying. Nigeria people crying. Everywhere. In the powerful nation. What is happening? Let's hear from Mr. Ben Gagba. This is the weekend sports right here. And same thing happening to Anita Sengbe of Bean Mountain. Today he's crying for help. Vama Dollar is going through the same thing. We know what happened to Patrick Jackson here years ago when he was playing for the national team of Liberia. He suffered that broken legs in Accra, Ghana against the Elephants of Africa. May so rest in peace. Check Tiote. I can remember Check Tiote was the person that broke his legs. Well, do we have a football federation? Yeah, for Ben Gagba. Ben wants to join us ever since. The Pedomars Cup will kick off today. Because should I say course in Monrovia? Other game will be played at the Tusafi. This is the weekend sports right here on Freedom 87.9. We're planning to talk to Ben Gagba on the Pedomars Cup to know Ben should be here by now. But now we should be getting Ben. This is the weekend sports. If you just joined us, you are listening to Freedom 87.9. We're talking about we have Mr. Ben Gagba. Are we okay now to talk to you, Ben Gagba?
Yeah, we can talk even though in a little crowded area.
Yeah, okay. Ben, good afternoon. It's been a long time since you left the FA.
Yeah, so true, but you and I have been having conversations.
Yeah, sure.
It's nice to be on the show. Yeah, telephone.
You coming in with Beto Mars and the Beto Mars Cup, 10,000 USD, Ben. That money can change somebody's life.
That's small money.
Yeah, but you can start us something.
Perspective.
Okay.
So 10,000 USD. It's really for the winner.
Okay.
Okay. So every 8 clubs that play in the competition, they are winners by every or any margin. Because at least any club will win $2,000 if they want to participate. So the winner scoops 10,000, runners up 5,000, third place 3,500, fourth place 3,000, and then from 5th downward 2,000.
I guess you wanted to tell us more about the Betting Cup. That's why you started the engagement since yesterday even. So give us that detail you want to say about it.
I'm sorry first to start with that I'm in a very noisy environment.
Yeah, but you're much better.
So I hope I don't do injustice to the show because myself, I'm a radio person. I know what it takes, to be on the radio. You have to have a background that is clear as the listeners, will love to have.
Okay. So bring up where.
Like you said, this tournament we've had a dream. We proposed it to the Betting Authority, and it endorsed it. And the dream is to help to aid the clubs in Liberia football and the tremendous effort that the LFA is making to transform the sport. So what we think we can do is to make the First Division League competitive.
Okay.
Competitive in the sense that over the past years we've had issue with match fixing, teams that are finishing below. I mean, won't win the championship though, and so they tend to fix matches. We've watched people scoring more goals on the final day of the last 2 weeks of the campaign. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 8 teams in the First Division to play in the Bet2Max Championship Cup.
Okay.
So what that means is that clubs are going to rally around. They're going to sweat, on the pitch to finish in the top 8 so they can compete in this competition. And by competing in this competition, it guarantees you at least $2,000 US. And $2,000 US, if you quantify that in the Liberian data, is over 400,000 Liberian, which we believe can help the club in some small way, organize a few practice section or probably go for an emergency signing. So that's what we did. So this year, we had the top 8 clubs participating in the competition. Sadly, La Facere cannot participate because we know the Liberian champions are thrust in a African Champions League qualifiers. So obviously the date set for the tournament cannot persuade or permit them to participate in this competition. So they have to withdraw. So having said that, the team that finishes 9th in the form of Black Men Warriors took their position. So the Warriors took their position. It means that we had 8 teams for the competition. But then on the last day, I understand that FBRS and Orleans could not participate because they were not in the red frame of mind. So we had to go further down to pick Freeport FC to participate. So we've got 8 teams thrust in the competition, and the press pool, the press pool is 29,500 USD. That is, in my opinion, a lot of money that the clubs can fight for, play for, even though we haven't left start at the pace. Is ordinary if you like off-season competition or pre-season friendly. But Betamax trying to attach some value to it. Let's not forget, over the past years, Betamax have been in Liberia for 5 years and gave 3 years after that, they decided to sponsor a First Division team in the form of Watanga FC. When they won the championship for the first time, they will not be able to travel like that as champions. They needed some sort of aid or so. Betamax step in and guarantee them a sponsorship over 2 legs with the, I think, Malian counterpart that costs around 25,000 USD. So going forward, they will sponsor Betamax and they will sponsor Watanga, and you see Watanga will put on their t-shirt Betamax. And then the following year, we also picked Shakhtar Angels Football Club, the pride of Kivisburg. They had a magnificent season that time. I mean, one draw all season, won the rest of the games, and they came to the top tier, which is the upper women league.
Mhm.
And then they got a sponsorship deal with Betamax Liberia that is going to last at least over 3 years or so. And in the third year of their sponsoring football in Liberia, Betamax are partnering with Watanga and Shakhtar to donate to orphanage homes, to hospitals, and less unfortunate people. Take, for example, they've been to JFK. They've also been to Redemption Hospital. They've carried donation at Cooper Clinic Hospital on the 12th Street. They've also done at EFW Hospital. And you can go on and name the
This
rest
call
of
will
them.
be recorded.
Okay.
This call is no longer being recorded.
So after all that, we decided this time around to get the Liberia Football Association involved, and 8 of 8 clubs are going to benefit through our initiative. It's a corporate responsibility of the Betamax family, and we are here to say we signed a 3-year partnership with the football house.
I love the initiative. Like I posted on my page, it's going to help to fight the issue of alleged match fixing. But Ben, this is 3 years. He said the institution has observed alleged match fixing at the end of the league season. But you signed a 3-year partnership. After 3 years, don't you think it's going to continue? And also in the upper women league, we observed alleged match fixing. In the second division, we observed alleged match fixing. Clubs from the second division are now into it. Upper women's football now involved.
Yeah, you struck a very salient point that women's football not involved. The second division, which is second tier of Liberian football, not involved. And there is sufficient reason for you to think that there could be match fixings at those levels. But I'll tell you why. For the moment, we are operating with the Liberia First Division, and the 8 teams that finish in the top tier are going to participate. When I say we, Betamax who are participated or sponsor, the Honor 17, Honor 12, and Honor 10, and so forth, the grassroots football. But as you are aware, Betamax is a gaming company, and they have some level of restriction or responsibility. And I've got to say that betting is not for kids under the age of 18. So based upon that, we cannot put sponsorship in grassroots football because players at that level don't pass 18.
Are you saying most of the players? Are you saying most of the players in the second division are below 18? Is that your justification?
No, not what I'm saying. I'm saying grassroots football. The players are below 18, so we cannot sponsor grassroots at that level.
Okay.
With the case of female football, we've signed a memorandum of understanding that in the second year of the agreement, we're going to include female football into it. And everything comes with time. We've signed a 3-year contract with the Liberia Football Association. Next year, we're going to include female football. And probably the following year, you don't know what is going to happen in probably second division. It's going to be included as well. But for the moment, we are dealing with the top 8 teams in the first division. And we think our sponsorship of that competition comes about to try to promote competition at the closing stages of the league so that every club gets so tested and hungry to finish in the top 8 because 10,000 USD is at stake, at least 10,000 is at stake if you finish on top of the Betamax Championship Cup, or 5,000 if you finish runners-up. Let's not forget that the winner of the domestic competition in Liberia in the first division scoops around about 20,000. It was a few weeks ago that the LFA had increased that budget to 50%, which is 30,000. So if you play around about 7 months for 30,000 and you only play in 2 weeks and you get 10,000, you can see that's a significant importance that you can place on such a competition.
Where the games are being held, and will fans be allowed to pay to watch those games?
Yeah, I think Betamax Liberia is not too particular about the entry inside the venue or how much we're going to collect. No, we're not in charge of how much is being charged or how much is going to be collected at the entry. But I know because we wanted to, for the purpose of the security of the teams participating, and the institution, the LFA and Bettermas. So we've charged a minimum fee of $100 Liberian dollars. Yes, I said $100 Liberian dollars to enter inside the two-side field to watch 16 competitive third division matches. And I think after the group matches or so, which are 12, going to the quarterfinal or the semi-final matches, the fee is going to increase from 100 LD to 200 LD, minimum 200 until we reach a final. But I tell you why. Betterman has spent around about 65,000 USD, and you wonder how is it 65,000? Because 29,500 USD go to the clubs in the form of prize money or prize pools, and then the remainder of the other money go to media, publicity, and branding of the stadium and so forth, supporting the clubs in some small ways. And you also got to say the trophies and medals and presentation. I must mention to you that the trophies are going to come from England. They are going to be produced by a recognizable institution that is based in the UK to produce football trophies. Okay. So it is an original set of trophy that is going to be produced, including the medals, the winners' medal, the loser medals, and the medals for the match commissioners that are participating in the final. So it's going to be a fantastic event. No betting company whatsoever, even the ones that have existed for the first time in the history of this country, has plunged or put in 65,000 USD into a competition that lasts for only two weeks. Never.
In all of these, what Bettermas stands to benefit Ben Gakpa?
Bettermas is a global brand, particularly on the African continent. We are in 13 countries. We are not like other countries, other betting companies who are only subscribed to Liberia. We're in Sierra Leone, we're in Cameroon, we're in Djibouti, and we're in Equatorial Guinea. We are in 13 countries across the continent of Africa. So we want to increase our visibility. We want to increase our brand. We want to get out there to the Liberian people. We see it as a means of paying our social corporate responsibilities to the Liberian people. And we also see it as a means of buttressing the effort the Liberian Football Association have made over the past years to improve and develop football all across the country. And we think this partnership is in the best interest, of everyone. So as much as we want branding, as much as we want to send a statement of intent, so that everyone knows that Bettermas is here, we also want to help Liberian football, help the Liberian Football Association. Like I said, it is a pilot of maiden edition of the program. You never know what is going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years or so.
Ben Gakpa, before we conclude, the national team always struggle financially. At times, money comes at a very dime meaning. Is it Bettermas looking in that direction also? Now they start putting money in the beginning to give some support or helping hand to the national team, to easing the burden financially on them?
I don't want to jump the gun so fast, but I know that Bettermas is fully interested in football. If we were going to step up to sponsor Watanga when they won their first championship and they have to play in the African Champions League. If we were interested in football, we're not going to sponsor Shakhtar Inter Football Club when they won promotion to the upper tier of women football. If we were interested in football, we're not going to take Shakhtar and Bettermas, and Watanga as partners to go on our donation trails across the country. Every freaking month of last season, Bettermas will splash over 1,000 USD either to orphanage homes or to hospitals or less fortunate people. So I mean, we're interested in doing more, and we know we can do more with the involvement of the Liberia Football Association. So we're taking it one at a time. I can so much understand that football can only be developed in Liberia if we have full support, and most of that support has to come from government. When I listen to my friend and brother, who is the operation manager of Bettermas, Fala Brahman, in an interview with Inter Sports, he did say that, can you imagine that we don't spend a lot on football in Liberia, but we create the impression that our teams are prepared, to win. Countries like Senegal, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, and the like. And obviously, we try to create a situation to put the fans against the teams because, on an honest note, we can win those teams. I mean, if we win them, is a shock in football because they've spent a lot of budgets. Take for example, when Tunisia came to Liberia, Egypt came to Liberia to play Sierra Leone. They've come with a crew with a value almost around 80 in number to cover that single game. More so, their budget, for sports is around about 125 million. So if you had a country spending 125 million for sport in the calendar year, and you have a country like Liberia spending less than 250,000, you should know what the results should be. Even though they were playing Sierra Leone, and by the way, Sierra Leone budget for sport is just under $2 million. For football particularly, just under $2 million, which is far more less than what Egypt are paying. So in the near future, we want to see Liberia participate at the African Cup of Nations, at the World Cup, a functional and prepared Liberian side, and that has to come with support.
Okay, Ben.
And I think Better Mass Liberia are standing in such a direction to do so, but that has to come gingerly. For the moment, we tend to sponsor the top 8 teams playing in what is called the Better Mass Champions Cup.
Let's take a parting comment. We will take leave of you all of time, Ben.
Let me say thank you so much for the opportunity. For allowing me to defend the issue of Better Mass sponsoring this competition on your platform. And I hope to see you at the competition. We have a personal competition that we will make. And Better Mass Liberia are so proud to be in partnership with the Liberia Football Association, having signed a 3-year agreement. And we look forward to fostering this relationship going forward.
Okay,
I think the move is intended to improve Liberian football, to help the LFA to develop the football that we all crave for, in the next years to come.
We'll meet at the field this afternoon, Ben.
Exactly. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Ben Gakpa, former deputy media manager of the Football Association, currently works for Better Mass Liberia, and we have to go. We went 2 minutes out of time. So this is the Weekend Sports. This is how we love to go. I'd love to say thanks to all of you for following the Weekend Sports on today's presentation. Thomas Kojo Rolak is my name. Until I catch you